excited to be here. Like Liz said, my name is Jessie. I have been in the interior design industry for over 7.5 years now. Just recently we started Revel Design, which is an interior design firm. I'm also co-founder of Hive Indie, which is a women's networking group that is centered around sharing a meal and having meaningful conversations. I'm excited to talk about this topic of time because for me, my relationship with it has really changed over the last couple of years. There were many moments where I felt like I didn't have enough time, and I think a lot of the time that was probably true. But since then, I've recognized how I was spending my time and was also questioning how it was being managed out of my control. Since starting my own business, I've kind of realized how to make time work for me. One of the ways I did that was with a small, simple shift, but it's made a big impact. Time is a notion. It's kind of hard to define, but it's very fundamental to our lives. It's probably the most important thing that we can own. It's fleeting, but also we never seem to have enough of it. So today I kind of want to challenge that idea of not having enough time. I would say that most of us probably would not say we have a great relationship with time, and that's not surprising. Our culture and our need for having instant gratification, I think, has challenged that, which has brought up this question in my mind over the last couple of years, and that is where I'm busy came from. It's kind of this empty response we give to conversations we have every day, like how is work going or how was your vacation? A lot of times if we're trying to get out of a conversation or we're just not thinking about it, we just say, I'm busy. And the problem with the word busy is that it keeps us from being in the present moment. When we use the word busy, it kind of creates this feeling of anxiousness. When you say I'm busy, doesn't your life just automatically seem to be way more hectic than it actually is? For me, and probably a lot of you, the next thing that I think about is my to-do list and how much I have to do for the rest of the day. And then did you ever also think about how you feel when someone is telling you how busy they are? Like, I should be doing more, or I should have another side hustle. Side note, it's okay to have free time. And everyone's busyness is different. So I want to make that focus off of our busyness and more about how we're spending our time. Since making this shift, we used to answer the question, how is work going, with I'm super busy. Now with the shift, I like to say, oh, it's exciting, we just won a new project, or it's exhausting, I've been pushing on a deadline all week. Kind of taking away the generic response and feeding that interaction and having a real conversation with someone. I've kind of wondered why we don't give these sincere responses to questions that we get asked. Is it that we're afraid of what the responses reflect on our lives, that we may actually have some free time, or that we may not be having the perfect week, which I think is good for us to communicate with. Another problem I found myself having with time and busyness over the last couple of years is looking forward to the next thing and looking forward to the next big moment in my future. So whether that's the next vacation or our next house project or just simply Fridays, I caught myself missing some of those moments and days in between. So by talking about how busy we are all the time, are we forgetting how to savor this thing called time? Are we forgetting how to linger in the moment, a moment of joy, even in the smallest things? And for what reason? To look like the best multitasker? We're taught to believe that if we're not working every available hour of the day, or to seem like we are, we're not truly worthy or deserving of success we achieve. So I believe it's not how much time we have, but how you spend it. So how do we shift these behaviors? The simple answer to that is enjoy time, and not only in the big moments in life. It seems like common sense, but it keeps you in the moment. This can be savoring a moment of silence in the morning or enjoying your favorite song in the car. It seems simple and mundane, but these things are keeping us in the moment. Joy has the ability to bend time. It puts you in the moment. And once you're in that moment can last a long time. That feeling of joy can last 5 minutes. It can last an hour. It can last all day. I'm still enjoying a moment from Tuesday. We hosted another event that was really fun. So that's like a good 48 hours of being in the moment for me. So I challenge you guys to remove busy as your empty response to questions that people ask you, and to express what you're actually doing with your time. When you stop using the words, I'm busy, kind of recognize how much more time you have in the day, and think about all of the things you can be doing to fill it up. If the reality is you only have so many minutes in the day, it's your benefit that you use the most of them, no matter how mundane those moments seem. And so for these days, months, and years that you kind of find yourself in the grind of life, just remember, enjoy the moment and try to express how you're using your time a little bit better.